up until recently, I thought the words like dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions were kind of interchangeable, but learned today that they are not. There's many different lists with different criterias, and I'm going to be adding, oh actually yes, I'll subscribe to that later. I'm going to be adding pies for each of these in my portfolio as like separate engines. So I'll have, say like the Noble 30 I've already done. These are some of the best, the 30 best dividend payers, like the equivalent of these aristocrats, but for European companies. So I'm going to have separate pies for each one, as well as each stock having a place in the kind of library, the A to Z. And the reason I'll do this is because I'll try to keep all of these kind of evenly balanced. Like 3M is here. I've added that to this new one I made today, dividend aristocrats. So I'll bulk up this separately to the kind of general like minimum that each stock can have. At the moment, it's still very difficult to bulk up lots of them, money-wise, I mean. So I mean for in the future, but having these separated now means I could do them every year. I could change the list every year. And this site, Dividend Power, it's an absolute gold mine. Everyone should, if you're interested in dividend stocks, you should have a look at this. Yes, you can send me push notifications. Yes, there is an absolute gold mine. Look. Oh, so I'm going to add as much of these as pies as possible. I think you can have 50 stocks in a pie on trading 2 on 2. So over the next while, I'm going to fill all of these, and then I'll have to buy positions in all of the companies in them. And as the years go on, say all these 2021 pies, I'll just kind of not invest in them anymore. I'll invest in 2022s, like next year, and so on, so forth. I'm not sure if there's a maximum amount of pies you can make, but if that becomes a problem, I'll just remove each year as it fades away and then add the money from whatever stocks continue being in these lists. And anyone else I'll just add down to general population. So there's loads of lists. One of them is actually called the Dogs of the Dow. And it's 10, it would be 10 of the stocks from the Dow 30 with the highest yields on the last day of the year. So that's a pretty interesting one to keep track of. This is also from that list, the high yield UK dividend stocks, but I think Morrison's I can't get for some reason. But anyway, yeah, over the next while I'm going to create those pies, add to the stocks in them, and then bulk them up separately. Because the different, some of them are really impressive. Dividend Kings are 50 plus years of consecutive raised dividend payments. Unreal. And some of them have 100 years. One of these lists was 100 years. That's absolutely wonderful. So I'll pick maybe a maximum of 50 stocks from each list every year. And obviously, unless they stop paying a dividend completely, I won't sell them. And as the years go on, I'll create a kind of a trail of which stocks have stayed in these lists over decades. They'll have a much bigger position than the rest. It'd be nice. So thought it would be good to show just how I log the dividends as they come in, so that at the end of the year, for the Irish tax system, you have to separate dividends from the UK, from the USA, and from Canada. And I think the rest, everything else goes in together. As far as I know. Now, it's not gospel truth. But I thought it would be useful to kind of show you how you could keep track of a portfolio with hundreds of dividend stocks. So as I enter in each one, I've just put like the sector, the country, the industry. This is only really for making videos. If you weren't making videos on them, you would only have to keep track of how much you received on the Irish system. I'm not sure about anywhere else. But this is just for myself and for making the videos. This is the frequency. This is how much money I have invested in them, but I haven't updated it in a long time, and it's such a long list to go through. So I just have to do it one day and then maintain it after that. But this section here, money out, is for returns of capital. So I know this is accurate. I have €30 in Atrium European Real Estate. And when I receive a return of capital, that does not go in with income. that comes out of the money you have invested, but tax-free. That's what a return of capital is. So as this builds up, if it ever reaches €30 and I've received all of the money back in returns of capital, then I start paying income tax on it, but only after. It's free until you've gotten your money back. So it's pretty good. This is an ordinary dividend. It was actually 3.6 cents, but it keeps rounding it up automatically and I don't know how to fix it yet. This is how much it paid in a return of capital per share. And this is property income, a manufactured dividend, which is when shares are borrowed, a demerger, there's often a dividend payment, and then a bonus dividend. Then I have them separated into colours. So at the end of the year, when I need all the UK ones, I just go down, add all the purple numbers up for the year, and it will do it also automatically. Down the bottom, it will have a running total. There, so €20.69 so far in dividends. It's pretty good. And these numbers here are how much came from the UK that year, from the USA, so on and so forth. And I don't really have to keep track of all the rest. But down here also, this is how much companies I have in each country, but also hasn't been updated in a while. There's 558 positions at the moment. So I have to do a bit of spring cleaning as soon as possible. But that's the general gist of it. So for the day today, the 9th of February, there was 5 dividend payments for a total of 64 cents. And Atrium European Real Estate paid again. It paid €6 yesterday. Very good. And this also says ordinary dividend, so maybe they've just had a really good quarter or year or something. Very nice. Anyway, the first was Grupo Aval, Acciones y Valores. Ticker symbol is AVAL. It's on the US stock market. Pays every month, and it paid 2 cents per share. Second, sorry, get this one up. The second was JP Morgan US Dollar Ultra-Short Income. Its ticker symbol is JPST. It's also on the US markets, pays every month, and it paid 5 cents per share. Number 3 was Blackrock Latin American Investment Trust. Ticker symbol is BRLA. It's from the UK, pays every quarter, and it paid an ordinary dividend of 4.61 pence per share, which is down a bit from the previous 4.76. Fourth, BT Group. Ticker symbol is BT. It's also from the UK, but it pays twice a year. And this was the first one I received from them. It was 2.31 pence per share. And the last was Atrium European Real Estate. Again, ticker symbol is ATRS. It's from the UK, pays 4 times a year. And this time it paid 3.6 cents per share in euro. Yesterday it paid 60 cents per share. So very profitable quarter or something. Very nice. Number 1 on the graphs is Grupo Aval, Acciones y Valores. And this goes back to 2014. So not a huge history to go off, but 60% down since then. It's not looking very promising, but we'll see what happens. Second is the JP Morgan US Dollar Ultra-Short Income. Also doesn't look like a very long history. Yeah, only 4 years. It's trading for $100 at the moment. Sorry, Grupo Aval is trading for $5.42. Yeah, another one, not a great history to go off, but that's lockdown, that big sharp crash, and then bounced straight back up by June of 2020. Very nice. Next is Blackrock Latin American Investment Trust. It's trading for £3.72 per share, and this goes back to 1993. So not bad. Yeah, it's looking huge moves. It's very interesting. Yeah, look, there's 2008 crash. Ooh, stocks halved. Anyway, next one, BT. This goes back to 1988, so nice long history. And this looks very similar to Vodafone yesterday. You know, it's kind of had its, oh, telephones are the future kind of moment, but no, that was in 2000. Well past that point. That's interesting. Vodafone looked very similar, and it's done pretty much the same thing since. If anything, it's done a bit of a kind of downtrend recovery from it, because that is 2015 to 2020. That's 5 years falling, and now it's kind of looking like it's ready to bounce back up very gradually over probably another 5 years, let's be honest. So it's trading for £1.99 per share. And the last, Atrium European Real Estate. It's €3 per share, and this goes back to 2009, so not great. Yeah, it's only 18% down since then, 19, but let's see what happens. So when I was making this list, this pie, the Dividend Aristocrats of 2021, I found a list of, I think there was 65 in total. So I just organized them in order of consecutive years of dividend growth. And I took the top 40, put them in a pie, and realized I had all of them except two. So I added positions in those two, which were this one, yeah, WST. That is, I think, West Pharmaceutical Services. And PNR is Pentar or Pentair. And this also Compass Diversified. That's Raytheon Technologies. Oh, and also, yeah, Cincinnati Financial. I didn't have that. I added a €2 position into this one, and this one. So now they're in the Dividend Aristocrats. And I think I forgot to invest the spare. Yeah, forgot to invest the dividends. So tomorrow there'll be a 64-cent boost to whatever I get. But yeah, added those three. And then the portfolio finished with, I think, yeah, Devon Energy still at the top, 96% up. Second is Navios Maritime Partners. Third, Vermilion Energy. Fourth is Preferred Apartment Communities. Fifth, Yankuang Energy Group. Sixth is Bank of Ireland. Seventh is ConocoPhillips. Eighth is Suncor Energy. Ninth is Telecom Plus. And 10th is Raiffeisen Bank. And from the bottom of the pile, the very worst is Senstar Technologies, 25% down. Second from the bottom, about the same, is Alstom. Third is Adler Group, recovered a bit. I think it was on the bottom yesterday. Fourth, Zegona Communications. Fifth is Gold Resource. Sixth is Evraz. Seventh is Novozymes. Eighth is Colruyt. Ninth is the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. And 10th is Clorox Company. So that's it for today. Now, exciting times, new lists, well, engines, I suppose I can call them. The way all the monthly payers together, it's going to be its own like engine that will propel the rest of the portfolio. So I'll have to make those lists. I also took, I took everything out of the kind of general population of any of these dividend aristocrats that I already have. So I put them in there, and now they should be all zero in these pies. So the next time I have a good amount to invest, I think the minimum of each pie, so that would be about €4 to invest in that pie in one go. But I'll save up a good bit of money and then do a buy target or even self-balancing investment minimum into every pie. So yeah, I would give it all to 3M. So that's the plan for the near future. Well, that's about it for today, and I hope that this was useful.